Okay, so, haha, thank you very much for tuning in to that, watching that piece, listening, hopefully as well. That was Les Cyclopes, the Cyclops, by Jean-Phillipe Rameau, who was a French composer, born, I want to say 1684, something like that. Died 17 something. So he was known pretty, a lot. He was well known in his life, but like many, was sort of forgotten after death. And it wasn't until I guess fairly recently, as I gather in my research, that he was kind of revived a bit. And he was known for his operas, and he was also known for his keyboard music. He wrote all this really great keyboard music. And if you know anything about keyboard music, especially keyboard music that is that old, okay, we're talking this. So this piece was originally published in a suite of pieces in 1724. That's something, and it's unusual for a piece published in that time to bear a sort of fanciful title like Les Cyclopes, or to have a or a programmatic title, I guess is a better word, just something that is like very much, it's a very specific image. It's not what you would call absolute music, which is music that is not inspired directly or overtly by any other thing. So this is an interesting piece for that matter. Rameau wrote a number of pieces like that. So Les Cyclopes, the Cyclops. He also wrote La Poule, which I think is just the chicken. Les Sauvages, like the savages. It's a tough one to say, but and a lot of other ones. And some of them from the same suite are just titled like Allemande or Gavotte, which, for those of you who don't know, are just general terms. Those are just types of dance rhythms, basically. And so there's many pieces titled Allemande, Gavotte, etc. But not that many that are titled Les Cyclopes. And I think you can kind of. So anyway, he was a big hit with these pieces in his lifetime. They apparently swept Europe like wildfire, like a plague or, some sort of disease. Pardon me. Sometimes when I get nervous, not nervous, but when I'm excited to be presenting, my nose tends to run a little bit. Never mind that. So anyway, it's an exciting time to be Rameau. You're putting out these great pieces. People are kissing your ass and high-fiving you and all that, being like, isn't this great? And it really was. He must have been riding a wave, because I was immediately struck by this piece, as I imagine some of you were, by the title, which got me interested in it, and then by the music itself, particularly this section, which I can only assume that it's this section that really is the Cyclops part, I think. Anyway, but just that real thump. A lumbering Cyclops coming towards you, swinging his club, whatever they do. I don't know too much about the Cyclops. I think there's rather a large mythos surrounding them in literature, but I'll leave that for you to find out, and leave a comment below. And while you're doing that, go ahead and like this video. Go ahead and subscribe if you hadn't already done. It really helps us out, and I certainly appreciate it. Back to the piece. You've got that really cool Cyclops part. And then lots of fun other parts, which I don't know if he had a direct programmatic inspiration for the whole piece, or just for that part, or for any of the parts. But I like to think this is the Cyclops, and then after the little passages like, what's a good one? Much more civilized. I don't know if that's the opposition of the Cyclops. Maybe it's just the sort of ideological opposition to that. I don't know. Make your own interpretation. And again, comment below with it. I'd be very interested to hear it, and I'll respond too. Well, that'd be cool. Anyway, great piece, a lot of fun to play, not terribly difficult, a little tricky. You want to play it fairly clean if you can. I think I played it fairly clean there just for you. Again, leave a comment and let me know if not. But yeah, this was great. I will be bringing y'all some more Rameau. I think a piece like this, it's easy to sort of dismiss. It's just sort of a salon piece, something might quickly play. But I don't know. I think there's quite a bit of depth to be had in small packages. You can really, it's amazing. If classical piano taught me nothing, it's that you can almost infinitely dissect something, piece by piece, phrase by phrase, measure by measure, note by note, perhaps even less, I don't know. But this piece, all the notes seem very deliberate, seem carefully laid to paint this picture of the Cyclopes or whatever it was that Rameau, had, was, again, I don't know if it was the literal Cyclops or not, but he carefully crafted this piece. So I would invite you all to take a little of Rameau's very French, very refined elegance and craftsmanship, and apply that attention to detail somewhere in your own life today when you see this. Maybe it's making a salad and slicing those onions very carefully, very thinly, something like that. Take the time, get the details, and all of a sudden something sort of simple or lean becomes lavish and rich. And this piece, I think, is lavish and rich despite having a fairly lean architecture to it. So anyway, for those of you interested, this piece was written in the same general time as like Bach was writing some of his compositions, which are not quite as lean. Some of them are, but most in general, he was a little more ornate in terms of his amount of notes. Rameau doesn't use that many notes. I'm rambling now, so I'll go ahead and leave you. Thank you very much for tuning in. We're going to have some more pieces like this coming up soon. We'll also have more of the Chopin etudes that I know you all have been loving, of course, and all sorts of good stuff like that. And again, if you like Rameau, if you like this piece, if you like the channel, if you like me, if you don't, if you hate it all, I'd love to hear about it. Please, please, please leave a comment, subscribe, and like. It's vital, apparently, to my success in life that people like, subscribe, and comment. And if that doesn't happen, I will be destroyed. YouTube will send out a Cyclops to chop my head off or something like that. Eat me, whatever they do. So please, like, comment, subscribe. It's super duper helpful, and I appreciate it. And I'm interested. I want to hear what you have to say, particularly in those comments or in the thumbs up or thumbs down. If you give me the thumbs down, though, and don't leave a comment, just know that you're giving me some psychological demons to contend with, but that's okay. I'm sure that'll all come out in the music and make it that much better. So whatever you do, thank you for being here. Thank you so much. And yeah, stay swell.